and welcome to day 7 of The Power of a Seed. Yesterday, we learned about the medicine wheel and the 8-pointed star, and we began to bring our attention to the center of the wheel, to the heart. Today, we're integrating the last components that have to do with time and place. The first one has to do with rhythm and is the teaching for our grandmother, the moon, about creating and manifesting in cycles. As we know, the moon has a very strong influence on the water of the planet and thereby over our emotional bodies. But as much as emotions can be tricky to understand sometimes, they're not so hard to navigate when we realize they are just like visitors. They come and they go. Everything in nature has a pattern. It has a rhythm. And when we learn what are these rhythms, we begin to move and flow with ease with our manifestation processes. The phases of the moon's energy have a strong influence in our daily lives, and it affects everyone, including plants and animals. When we are aware of the moon's influence, we can work with the energy to help us navigate through whatever we are dealing with and to help us attract and manifest those things we want to create in our lives. Ritual plays an intrinsic part in our human experience. Through ritual, we find comfort and meaning in our actions or words. These are some insights for how you can use the moon cycles to manifest. First is the new moon. This phase is an optimal time for planning and setting your intentions. Seedlings need a period of gestation before they break through the soil and reach for the sunlight. This is also true for our ideas and our desires. Setting aside a time each month during the new moon phase to focus on your wishes and desires will help give you clarity of mind and fill your heart with promise. Any intentions stated or written down carries powers. So please take care in considering with your heart the things that you really want to manifest. Then is the waxing moon. It is the period between the new moon and the full moon where every night the moon gets a little larger. This is a time for growth, motivation, healing, courage, friendships, prosperity, attraction, and success. This is a perfect time to craft your map. After you set your intention in the new moon, you have 7 days to sketch and plan your map, and on waxing moon, you begin to the creation of the map, finishing exactly on the full moon, and then you celebrate. Then on full moon, this is a time when the moon is at its most powerful energy. It is a good time to give thanks and celebrate what we have in our lives. Perfect time for love, romance, psychic abilities, making decisions, healing, and guidance. And at last is the waning moon. It's also a powerful time for releasing. It is when the moon is from full and it starts to wane or get smaller. In this phase, we can release what no longer serves us, like beliefs, emotions, fears, and worries, past traumas. There is no limit what we can release. The moon is waning as it gets smaller after the full moon. This is a good time to clean our house, let go of the past, release bad habits, addictions, and relationships, release negativity, and ease stress. And that's why we began this workshop on the new moon. Then, starting tomorrow, we begin the process of crafting your map to get it done by the full moon. The next component involves having an awareness of the 7 chakras. The word chakra is a Sanskrit for wheel or disc and signifies one of the 7 basic energy centers in the body that correspond to nerve ganglia branching out from the spinal column, as well as the states of consciousness, developmental stages of life, archetypal elements, body functions, colors, sounds, and much more. Together, they form a profound formula for wholeness and a template for transformation. Something very important to point out is that the center of the chakra system is our heart. This is an exercise to practice when in meditation. When you're visualizing, manifesting your vision from the spirit world into our world, imagine a bright light that is coming down from the cosmos into your crown chakra and then flowing down through each and every one of the other chakras until it lands to your root chakra. In the process, reflect on this. At the crown, the affirmation is I understand thought. It deals with universal identity oriented to self-knowledge. Then is the third eye. The affirmation is I see light. It deals with archetypal identity oriented to self-reflection. Next is the throat. The affirmation I speak sound. It deals with creative identity oriented to self-expression. Then is the heart. The affirmation is I love fire. It deals with social identity oriented to self-acceptance. Then is the plexus. The affirmation is I do air. It deals with ego identity oriented to self-definition. Then is the sacral. The affirmation is I feel water. It deals with emotional identity oriented to self-gratification. And at last is the root chakra. The affirmation is I am earth. It deals with physical identity oriented to self-preservation. Then visualize this energy flowing down from the root into the center of the earth and then coming back up into your heart chakra. At last, this is a powerful tip to complete your manifestation process. In this universe of continuous expanding consciousness, there is an awesome way to know what is ahead of us. If you're familiar with the Fibonacci sequence of numbers 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, etc., in which each successive number is equal to the sum of the two preceding numbers, that is the key to predict the future. It's because this is a pattern that nature and the whole universe uses to expand and continue to grow through time and space. For example, let's take the section of the sequence 3 plus 5 equals 8, where the number 5 represents the present time. In order to know what is coming next, all we need to do is to look at the past, add it to the present, and it will give us the future, just like that. Now it's time for today's assignment. Complete today's exercise in the worksheet for this day. The intention of today's assignment is to give you some insights to help you remember who you are. Please take a moment to go within and answer these questions. Who am I? Where am I going? What it stands in my way? And who is going with me? When you are finished, make a mind map with your answers. Then go to the Facebook group, share pictures of those maps, and comment about how you feel after this experience. And this is it for day 7 of The Power of a Seed. I hope you enjoy it. Tomorrow, I'll share with you the 2 last elements that complete the heart mapping structure, and we will begin to put it together. That's it for today. See you on the next video. Hoo-yay!